Well, at least it's over. Sorry about the lighting, but who cares? I know it's a terrible thing to say about that. At least it's over. But this season, and Yankee fans will agree with me, was so not fun. This season was so painful to watch, especially in the summer, when this team just became the worst team in baseball yet again for in the summer stretch. Another summer where we just absolutely lay an egg. Eventually, there's a breaking. This is the season, along with, there was a plethora of reasons, but this was the team that finally made me not want to recap every game anymore. It made me not want to watch every game anymore. This season was so not fun. This season was a slog to get through. This season was it was painful. And there were cool moments. The last week of the season where we were winning every game was pretty cool. The Red Sox game, pretty cool. Last night was pretty cool. But it was such dread getting through most of the season that I'm glad it's over. And, it all started, when you look back on the season, many of the problems, I think the Dodgers series when it started to go off the rails, the Red Sox series, I look back to the Toronto series in July. We won one of those games. Then game 4 was in Toronto, not New York, because we have home field. Maybe things are different. Who knows? And let me just say this off the record. Congratulations to the Blue Jays. They earned it. They were the best team. They should be, whoever comes out of the AL, whether it's Seattle or Detroit, they're the best team in the American League. They played great. They hit great. They did everything. Their superstars showed up more than our superstars showed up. And yeah, I know Judge hit the home run yesterday. He hit a single tonight. But, there was game 1, game 2. Vlad was just unbelievable. What 9 RBIs in the series? Incredible. So shout out to him. And he's going to be a pain in our rear ends for years to come. So congrats to Toronto. They've earned it. A victory for Canada there. But this is not a video to talk about how great Toronto is. This is a Yankee. You want a Yankee rant? You're gonna get a Yankee rant here. This was such a frustrating day because all day I was hearing about this team is destined to go to game 5 because yesterday was such a great win with the comeback, with the Judge home run and everything. And then tonight we got Schlittler going up against a Blue Jays bullpen game. This is our moment. This is our chance. It's all in our favor. And everyone kept saying that. And I just kept, all of a sudden, just having this fear, this existential dread that things, because this team loves to tease us. This team might as well be a stripper, okay? They are just the ultimate tease. Just constantly. They're rubbing up in your neck. I don't know what strippers do. But, they're doing all this stuff to make you just really excited. And then they just completely let you down. It's like they're playing with you and then they just leave before anything happens. All right, thanks. See you later. I was actually starting to think, things might actually be good here. Things might be good. Nope. Of course not. Of course not. Yesterday was a tease. Today was a tease. And that's why this team is going home, because they just love to tease. And it's not just this year. It's been last year, the year after. So many. Last year, up 5-0. This team loves to tease. The Yankees love to tease us. And they also love to let us down. It's been that way for many years. Should I go over this game here? Because, I really don't. I'm not going to blame Schlittler. I'll just flat out say that. 2 runs, could have been fewer, but you know what? It's impossible for him to recapture what he did against the Boston game, in the Red Sox game. I give him a lot of credit. He did as well as he could. But in the end, it wasn't meant to be. In terms of him being shut down again. And it wasn't his fault the Yankees offense went to sleep against a Blue Jays bullpen. That has not been great, although they locked us down tonight, so they deserve to win. But I just expected more stupid to say, I expected more out of our offense. And they really let me down here tonight. Let's go over this. I love, by the way, I will blame Schlittler for this. I do love that 5 seconds into the game, already the Blue Jays had a lead. Guerrero, again, just don't pitch to the guy. Why are we pitching to him? Just walk, please, for God's sakes, just walk him. Nope. I guess Barger hit a single after that, so maybe it wouldn't have been a difference. But still, I just don't let that guy beat you. Just don't let that guy beat you. My gosh. So yeah, that was great. And then, Judge hit the single to start off the game. He's thinking, all right, here we go. Bellinger strikes out. Stanton flies out. Second inning, after Goldschmidt gets hit by a pitch, we have Wells strikes out and we have Volpe strike out. And my gosh, if Anthony Volpe is our starting shortstop next year, this team is not serious. I'm done. This man cannot be on the roster. Get Caminero up there. Get anyone else up there. Get a dog up there. Please, we cannot have Volpe in our lineup. If you are a serious baseball team, get him out. Out. So he was a disappointment here. Third inning, Ryan McMahon, the only other guy to show up for this team here tonight. Thank you, Ryan, for that beautiful home run and made us think that we were going to come back. Wasn't meant to be. 4th inning. Stanton, walk, all right, things are going to happen. Jazz grounds into a double play, and it was not a good night for Jazz. And then Goldschmidt pops out. 5th inning, another run scored for the Blue Jays, courtesy of Ernie Clement singles, Andres Jimenez singles, and then Springer with the flyout. George Springer again, killing us. Jersey changes, something stay the same. George Springer, Yankee killer. 5th inning, Wells pops out, Volpe strikes out, McMahon's grounds out. Just great. 6th inning, Grisham strikes out. Another guy, Grisham. My God, he was awful in this series. There are a lot of guys in this. Judge was our best hitter. I mean, you look at it here. I know that he less down there in game 1, but he did hit the home run in game 3. He was batting .480. So I don't know if you can blame Judge for that. You can blame him for game 1, but there's a lot of other things you can. But I mean, Grisham, terrible. Stanton never really showed up. I cannot believe that. Playoff Stanton just really did nothing. Bat 192. Jazz, I know he hit the home run yesterday, but he batted 182. Volpe 192. A lot of guys here just really let us down here in the postseason. A lot of automatic outs. But Grisham strikes out. They intentionally walk Judge, which is smart. Bellinger lines out. Stanton walks, and then Jazz grounds out. 7th inning. Oh, God, Jazz. Jazz! Error. Fielder's choice. I mean, come on. I know it's not an easy play. But, we pay you to make those plays. Do it. Yeah, thanks for the home run yesterday. But today, just, oh, God. You had it right there, man. Grab the ball. We pay you to do this. Get out of the inning. Keep it a 2-1 game. Doesn't happen. Leads to 2 more runs scored, courtesy of Lucas. And by the way, this is after they bring Devin Williams in. What do you think Devin Williams is going to do? Of course. And then, at this point, I really didn't care anymore. But the Yankees did successfully tease us. They did the thing where they teased us again. 2 runners on. They got Goldschmidt to walk. And after Volpe struck out, they had Rosario single. And then Grisham. The 2 runners on. Grisham pops out. Then in the 8th inning, another Yankee tease. Or another Blue Jays tease, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Kirk doubles. Straw singles that scores Kirk. And that's just after a reversal flyout. 5-1. And then Judge strikes out. Could have used him there. And then Bellinger pops out. 2 outs. Then it's a Stanton single. Then it's a walk from Jazz. Then it's a walk from Rice. Bases loaded. Austin Wells flies out. Not only that, it's the first pitch. And how many times in this postseason series did we say why the Yankees taking the first pitch? They took the first pitch time and time again. And guess what? They did it there again and they killed us. So many times. I feel like this series is nowhere near as bad if the Yankees just learn how to not take first pitches. Another reason why Aaron Boone is the worst manager of all time. The guy just always has to take the first pitch. You don't always have to. Let it happen a while. Let him throw you something. Always the first pitch, and that kills us there. I'm recording this on top of the ninth because who cares what happens. The Yankees aren't going to come back. So the season is over. The series is over. Blue Jays deserve this. They absolutely deserve this. They were the better team, and this was just such a colossal disappointment for this team, considering where we were last year, and considering where we were in June. For it to end like this is just disappointing. It's not surprising that this team was a letdown, but it is certainly disappointing. And yeah, this team did not deserve. I don't want to hear any Yankee fans say, "Oh, this team." If you can't win a bullpen game at home, you don't deserve to go to anywhere. The only place you deserve to go is Cancun. And I will say, Mets, Red Sox, we were laughing at you last week and making fun of you seeing Cancun. Save us a seat. We're on our way. Judge, Stanton, everybody, Boone, we're on our way to Cancun, all right? We're on our way. Last night, we thought we were going last night, and then we decided we want to push off our travel plans for another day. Today, we're ready. We're on our way. We'll be there. We'll be there in the morning, all right? And now the Yankees got to figure out what to do. Guess what? They'll do nothing. They'll bring back the same shit next year and think that this time it'll work. Same manager. They'll bring back Volpe. They'll fix a couple pieces and, hey, this time it'll work. I'm just glad it's over. This was, again, a miserable season to watch. I'm thankful for the Red Sox win. At least we finally got that monkey off our back. I'm going to look back at, we could have won if we had won any game in the regular season, things might have been different. If we had won 1 or 2 games, just 1 game actually, we could have had this series at home. Things probably aren't different, but it would have been nice to think that way. And we're going to do the same thing next year, and it just pisses me off. It doesn't seem like I want to believe that this team is going forward, and it's not. They just went backwards. And Judge just got another year older. Stan got another year older. You were wasting. Well, these guys were kind of wasting it, but you're wasting these guys' primes. Like by the time this ends, this whole drought ends. By the time this Boone era is finally over, and we don't think we will have the longest drought between championships that the Yankees have ever had. I think the record is like what 20. I think it was 20 from 1903 19. I think it was. So this will top that because I don't see us winning next year. There won't be baseball the year after that. And then I don't know, but the way this team is structured, the way this team is going, the hitters they have, I don't see things changing. I just see Cashman and they're going to keep their jobs because nothing's going to change. Hal's going to be like, yeah, another great season. We made the playoffs. Keep our winning season streak alive. And they're not going to change anything. Some changes will be made because some guys are going to leave. But for the most part, the same structure of this team, the same fundamental flaws that we have of this team are going to continue. And that is the thing that really needs to change and will not, and will lead to another disappointment next year. So, what do you do? I've been doing Yankee rants now on this channel for 8 years. I've been doing 8 years of rants about Yankees failures, not in the postseason. This is year 8, and there'll be a year 9, and there'll be a year 10. The way this is going, I'm not seeing any way that this thing's turning around. So, that's disappointing to know I've wasted like almost half of my life doing Yankee rants. One day, I'd like to do a Yankee celebration, a Yankee championship, a big video celebrating Yankees. I would love to do that one day. But today is not that day, and I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Not the way this team is structured. Not the way this team is coached. Not the way this team is, the way this lineup is done. Not any of that. So, and it's foolish of me to think that we're actually going to come back here. It's foolish of me to think we'd win tonight, but I should have known. Same old Yankees. Same old Yankees. Just to let us down. 16 years, folks. 16 without a World Series. I know Cubs fans are laughing at me. Like I said, Bright Sox fans are laughing at me. Other teams, but for Yankees, it should be different. With the money we spent, we shouldn't have one World Series appearance in 16 years. But because we don't do our job, because other teams are better than us right now, here we are. So yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to say other than Aaron Boone can go to hell. There's a couple other guys in this team that can too, but mostly Aaron Boone. What a waste. Thanks for wasting my youth watching this team. Thanks, buddy. See y'all next year for more Yankees disappointment. More failure, frustration, more alcohol drinking, more tears of dismay on our way next year. Yankees baseball. Catch the fever.